So adorable. So cute. So perfect. You want me to hold you like this the whole video? Because I will, no? Okay. What's up, my little lovelies? Welcome to my channel. I filmed this video like probably 4 or 5 times now in different settings and hated all of them. So I think I've gotten, you know, the gist of what I wanted to say put together for you guys. At the end, I'm going to kind of go into what I really want this channel to be, where I want it to go, why I'm sitting in front of a camera and talking to people on the other side, and like what kind of brought me there. Before I begin though, I really want to do a special shout out because in this epiphany process, you know what I'm saying? My therapist was a real one, and no offense, here on YouTube is a real one. His content, you know, like brought me to this epiphany, this grand mal epiphany, kind of like a seizure, the biggest one, but like an epiphany, you know what I'm saying? You know when a light bulb goes off? Cartoons, there's a light bulb over your head. Okay, imagine you're in the middle of a Lowe's department store and the whole fucking aisle, the whole fucking, I don't even fucking know, the whole fucking store is just not lit, and then everything lights up for you. That's what kind of an epiphany that I had. I'm just gonna take like 1 minute and be a little, you know, faggot and shout you out. I feel like a lot of content creators don't hear enough how their content is inspiring other people, how their content is vibing with other people. And for me personally, seeing you be you, unapologetically, unscripted or whatever, brought me, you know, sent me back to a place before all of these things that I had gone through, and before all these ideas, and before all these boxes that I shoved myself in. And thank you. Okay, just like a little disclaimer, it's gonna be kind of long-winded. I'm gonna end it off with something nice and cute and vibey, but like, I feel like this is like the most natural, like, first video for my channel. Huh? You thought this was gonna be the first video to your channel? I did a lot of thinking on it. Where do I want to start? And I feel like we should just start at the beginning. I know what you're thinking. What is the beginning? Birth, conception. Don't worry, we're not going back that far. We're gonna bring it back to like 2013 when I came out as a young tranny, you know what I'm saying? And it was an experience, it was a vibe. I made some decisions. I chronically run away from my decisions. Apparently that involves me moving halfway across the country. So I was currently living in Texas. I moved back to Las Vegas. A couple years before that, you know, I moved from Las Vegas to Texas. It's a long story, but we're not there. We're here, okay? So I moved back to Las Vegas. The situation is kind of toxic. The situation is kind of not cute. The situation could use some therapy, if you know what I'm saying. Originally, my idea was just to go back and be like, yo, I'm a tranny. This is who I am, period. I didn't have enough cojones to do that. So I ended up graduating as a boy. I ended up shaving my head. I ended up doing some weird stuff. And I ended up making a friend who inevitably, you know, I'm very empathic. Let me start there. I'm very empathic. So her vibes, her emotions, her questions of like, what if you're ugly? What if you sound like a dude? What if this? What if that? What if you never find love? I was like, I don't fucking know, okay? I don't know. Hearing her say those things all the time just put me in the wrong headspace. It was just all bad. It was all bad. And there was a night where we were driving somewhere, can't remember where, and she was talking about a coworker that may or may not be gay, and how the whole entire like body of coworkers at this Raising Cane's was wondering, and you know, how should she go about it? And I was like, sis, you just let the man be, okay? If he likes dudes, he likes dudes. If he likes women, he likes women. All you guys are there for is to make chicken. I don't understand. But she really missed the point. She really missed the mark, okay? And it was in that moment, driving us to our location, that I was like, you fucked up. You fucked up. There's somewhere along the line, okay, you misplaced it, because I have literally been around this chick for a year at this point. I just really realized in that moment, like, all this time I spent with her, all these deep conversations we had, it's not really connecting. She's not really understanding, and she's influencing a decision that could really help me benefit my life, you know? I don't know. And I was around her all the time. I'm telling you, like, when we would go to work and then come back and then see each other, spend the night at one another's houses, like, we were always together. We were always together, period. So now it's February 3rd, 2015, okay? And I got a needle thrust into my leg by a doctor with a degree. And it was great. It was wonderful. It was magical. It was effortless, okay? It was a little motherfucking awkward. After I started taking hormones, after I really decided, you know, I shaved my head, I cut this girl off. I literally, we're not gonna go into it. That's a whole nother story. If you want to know about, what should we call her, Anna? What's her name?
Sarah.
If you guys want to know about Sarah, let me know about it down below, because it could be literally its own story time. I don't hate Sarah. Sarah and I are friends on Facebook still. After getting prescribed hormones, and I'm starting to look up like how to do all this stuff that I need to do, etc., 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 etc. I think there was a point where I realized my home life was just too much, because I'm always the type of person to try to like, I don't even know, like shrink myself to make other people feel comfortable. And then I realized through doing this, I'm deducting from my true self. Anyway, that's part of the story about how I slammed myself and crammed myself into this huge ass box. And here I am, just a percentage of myself, which doesn't make sense, because I, tranny. Like, how do you really come out as a tranny, and then you still aren't your true self? Does that make sense? Make it make sense. Past Addison, what were you doing? Where was your head at? I don't understand. Okay. My parental figure that I was living with at the time. I just want to say, like, as you go through a transition, it's not a transition just for you, you know? Everyone in your life is transitioning, and for some people it was really easy. It was really like, oh my gosh, that makes total sense. And for other people it was like, well, you know, the name, and I've been calling you this, pronouns, boom. You know, brain explodes, death on the floor, brain scattered everywhere. Now you've committed, you know, what is it called? Tier 1 murder? No, it's not. No, it's not. What is that called? Level 1 murder? What the fuck is that called? Why can't I not remember? Brilliant. Let's see if she can get it. Grade A. For Addison if she could find scholarly. Her words. Amazing. Can't believe the education. So high. What a magical person. First degree. Bitch, did you just say math? Fuck, this is gonna be a long video. Now you've committed first degree murder, okay? Brains everywhere, I gotta bury the body. All because they self-destructed. Alright? And in the moment, I didn't really realize that. In the moments of a young tranny, it's really like, it helps so much to get the name, to get the pronouns correct, you know, all that. Now, people be petty, people, you know, say this, say that, say what have you. And it does not affect me. Literally at all. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, you know, I see you type stuff. Sometimes I'm a little irritable. Sometimes I need a Snickers in order to hold me back. And then I remember, I'm a bad bitch. I don't need to confrontate with people that are too ignorant to even understand, to even like see the full picture, okay? It's a transition for everybody. It's a group transition. It's a group thing, you know? And there comes a point where you're just like, we're months into this, sis, and like, the effort is minimal, okay? Like, and every time that I try to say something, and it was never on some like, wow type, like, fight me, like, why aren't you saying this to me? Post up, like, let's go type stuff. It was always like, hey, I know, could you please, and then, you know, it just turned into this huge thing, like, well, you asked for too much. Well, why do you this, that? Why do you expect everyone to change automatically? That's just not how it goes. And all of this wordage and all this verbiage and, you know, a lot of toxic things occurred, really messed up my mental. I learned to reduce myself in that space to survive that space, if that makes sense. I would want to be out for those little years because being there, I was having to reduce myself, and it honestly just trickled down to me reducing myself overall as a person, which I didn't realize until literally like this week. I'm going to cut in really quickly because I spaced on something. 2014, I'm gearing up to graduate. You know, it was May 16th, 2014. I believe it was a Friday. Quote me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I graduate on May 16th.
Aw, it's so cute. What I'm about to say is really sad. That's the day Kevin died. May 16th, 2014. I get the news. You know, I'm halfway across the country. So-and-so died. He was my brother. We're not going to get into it, like the technicals, because I know people are going to like watch this video that know me and know that Kevin is not technically my brother. But you have those certain people in your life that amount to so much that they are almost like a sibling, you know? But he wasn't just almost like a sibling, he was a sibling. So if you guys want to post up somewhere, you can, because Kevin was literally the person I could go to for everything and anything, and he would always change my perspectives and make me see things, like even if he hadn't been through it, even if it was something different to him, like he would find a way to say something and just make everything make sense, or make me see something from a whole different perspective and make me analyze a situation in a way that I wasn't before, and it helped me grow and become a better person. And he was somebody that I valued, and it was very, very hard, especially because I was halfway across the country and there was no way for me to get to his funeral and, like, you know, grieve properly with people. It was hard. I didn't talk about this until probably 2 to 3 years afterwards. I want to say it was 2016, 2017, but like literally almost 2 to 3 years, like on the dot. I hit up his, you know, best friend, basically his sister, honestly. If you guys want to know more about Kevin, let me know down below. I would not be opposed to making a video. I'm probably going to say that a lot because there's a lot of things I'm just going to skim over because I'm trying to give the bigger picture, and I'm very good about it, staying on topic. So, yeah, just let me know down below if you guys want to know more about Kevin, because I would be more than glad to talk about it. But, we're gonna fast back forward. May 2016, that I finally was able to like come to terms and like accept, you know, get to that place of accepting in my grieving process, and talk to Janelle, and really like, it was a lot. It put me back through like the grieving cycle almost a little bit, like just learning all the stuff and the traumatic events, and like hearing about it, and just hearing about the disrespect, and it was a lot. It was a lot. But it was hard, you know, as to be expected. 2016 wasn't terrible. It wasn't the most horrible. It was probably the best year. So we're going to hit 2017, and honestly, throw the whole year away. Just throw the whole year away. Would you be fine with that? Yeah? Okay, awesome. So January 2017, I'm working as a CNA, which I'm going to pop it up right here if you guys don't know what that is. It stands for Certified Nursing Assistant. And we do things like, I'm going to give you the real technical, we assist individuals with their activities of daily living. So I'm working as a CNA, I'm working a lot of hours, I'm making a lot more money than I ever have before. Sis was used to making $7.25 and $12 an hour, hit her like a truck, and I thought I was a baller. I thought I was Kanye West. I thought I owned 13 mansions. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was working as a CNA. It was like, I did 2 16-hour shifts in a row. It was like a 45, 50-minute commute on a good day. On a bad day, it really took like an hour and a half. This one day, it took me 2 hours. That was just wild though. So, Las Vegas for you, whatever. I worked these 2 16-hour shifts, and I remember getting home, knocking the hell out, dying, falling straight into my bed, and I remember waking up. Nobody was home. I was mad confused, so I called my parental figure, like, hey, where you at? And I found out that, you know, my sister got hospitalized. So from January 2017 to like late May, early June, right? It was sometime it was like the first 6 months of the year, basically. We're not gonna go too in depth with it because I respect her privacy. My sisters are really important to me. It was really hard seeing her go through all these things and not being able to do much of anything. Like, I feel like I was trying to give her the space to really come out and say what she had to say and listen to what she had to say and just be there in any way she needed me to be there and kind of fit the mold of whatever she needed at the time. That's what I was trying to do. I hope I did that. Peyton, if you're watching, I hope I did that. It was hard. All right, a lot happened. The environment at home got like less toxic. Conversations were had, but it didn't make anything any easier. And it turned out in the future, like, I don't even know, like some of those conversations hit, but some of those conversations didn't hit. We won't get into it. After she got out of the hospital, she went and lived with our parents in Georgia. We would talk. Obviously, we weren't seeing each other every day. We wasn't like being little hoodlums. And then August hit and said, well, sis, we saw your address was in the phone book, and we thought it'd be cool if we just brrrah really quick, just what do I mean by brrrah? What does that translate to when normal people talk? That means that I woke up one day, my parental unit was like, you need to call your parental units out there in Georgia. You need to call them right now. Get your phone. It's important. I was like, why, Ma, why? And she was like, listen, just do it. And I was like, okay. So I called. My dad answered. He said, hey, so your brother has been reported MIA by the Navy. And I was like, is he 007? What happened? Was he on a covert mission? Did he have a scuba tank? Like, I don't know what this means. This does not make sense to me. I'm not, military lingo is not me. I am not military lingo. And he explained it as just like something serious happens and the military loses track of you and they classify your status as MIA, meaning they don't really freaking know what's going on. And, he could be dead, he could be alive. That whole week, was hell. Shout out to Justice, because that whole entire week, he literally did not go to work. I don't think he went to work at all. And I didn't go to work at all. We literally just spent the entire week at a trampoline park. She knows this is launch. I don't know if you guys have an equivalent somewhere, but it's literally dodgeball, trampoline, dodgeball, laser tag arena, trampolines everywhere, doing craziness, just a bunch of trampolines, a bunch of hoodlumness. They're usually geared at children, but I'm literally a 23-year-old, 6'4" giant child, so fight me. I think that was the best place for me to be, because Lord knows what I would have done otherwise. When I tell you, ever since that day, 2 years ago, a little over 2 years now, but, I just was not the same person. At all. That was the hardest shit I've been through, period. And it's even harder seeing your entire family, your entire family is a shell of themselves. They're literally just picking themselves up and trying to do the best that they can do. This is traumatizing. It's been 2 years, but I swear, sometimes I wake up and it feels like it was yesterday. Honestly, most of the time it feels like it was yesterday. So, fast forward to 2019, which is where we're at. About a week ago, I hate myself. About a week, I can't even say it. About a week ago. About a week ago. Fuck, why am I so dumb? About a week ago. And I'm sitting in therapy, talking, and my therapist, reads me like a mirror, as she does, and she's really just sitting there, looking hella confused, and I'm like, sis, what is going on? What say something, because I know you want to say something. She had this look on her face, and if you guys go to therapy, and this face, your therapist makes a face, and they want to say something, they're clocking the hell out of you for something that you're doing that you really need to stop doing, and then they read you like a book in front of your face, in front of your salad. And honestly, you grow from it. She reads me. She is basically I want you to think about why it is that you're sitting here and you feel like you're only a percentage of yourself. She was like, a lot of people start feeling like themselves when they come out. And you had all these coming outs. And you're sitting up here not feeling like yourself. And it just doesn't make sense. And so she was like, I want you to take the next week. And I was like, no, that's a no-brainer. And then I literally went through all of the things that I just said. All of those things just chipped away at me and slowly took a little bit of me until I was just, waking up, pushing myself at full strength to get out of the bed and go about my day. I just wanted to kind of get that out of my system. I wanted to talk on it. I wanted to speak on it because I know sometimes we really go through a lot, and it can be just one really traumatic event. And I don't want you to feel like if it's just one really traumatic event, you know, oh, there's someone that's going through so much worse, because at the end of the day, there's someone going through so much worse than I am. And they could be flourishing. And part of going through really hard things is growing to be a better person and defeating those things that are plaguing your life. And for the longest time, I was just, you know, laying down and taking it. And I'm done. It's over. And it needs to be over for you too. Because what kind of life is that? It's certainly not a life that my brothers will want me to have. Okay, I've buried way too many people to let my life skate by and not seize the day. So if you're sitting at home and you're going through all of the things, just know that you're not alone. Just know that this too is going to pass. And I'm not saying that you're going to be the happiest you've ever been ever again. I mean, maybe it's never going to get there for you. But there is a new normal to come to. There is a new everyday to come to. And going through really difficult experiences, especially losing people that you love so close to you, is either going to make you fall and not be able to get back up, or it's going to make you grow. And at the end of the day, it's a decision you're making either way. Because if you're letting time skate by, if you're not really looking out for yourself, like I haven't been looking out for myself, life is just going to pass you by. And that's already making a decision to let yourself fall. So today, I am making the decision to not fall anymore. I'm sitting here filming this video, doing something that I always wanted to do, and I hope that at least one person watches this video and hears maybe a segment of it, and it helps them in some way. And I think that circles around perfectly to why I really want to make a YouTube channel and create content. Part of my epiphanial stage while watching Noah was that his content helped me so much in ways he probably never even really intended. You know, he's sitting there doing something he enjoys, speaking on his life, speaking on his opinions, and he probably didn't even realize what kind of an impact that's going to have on somebody in a completely different other country like me, present here, what up, you know what I'm saying? And so if he can make an impact on me, and then I think about all the other people that have made impacts on me just by being themselves, just by following, you know, whatever paths that they've put themselves on, or whatever paths they're meant to be on, I should say, then what is to say that I can't do it? And so many times I have let myself be reduced. So many times I've let myself be reduced to something I'm not. And I've second-guessed myself. I've doubted myself literally my whole life. And I'm 23 years old now, so I'll be damn diggity darn danged if I'm sitting here doing that anymore. It's almost 2020. It's time to reclaim my time and bring it up. If you like this video, I appreciate it. We're not going to go into the whole complexities of the YouTube algorithm here, because we know what it is. If you're on YouTube, if you're on this platform, if you're enjoying content, if you found me, certainly you know what a like does, what a dislike does, what a comment does. It's all engagement. What a view does even. All of it is engagement. All of it helps. So if you want to help, even if it's just to give like a comment that's, you know, this and that, even if you're a hater, go ahead and comment. That's fine too. Maybe my nose is big. Maybe my chin looks gross. Maybe I should put a bra on. I don't know. Go ahead and roast me, because at the end of the day, any type of comment is helping my engagement. So that's on you. You viewed it. You commented. I've only uploaded one video to this channel. It's privated now, and I literally got like 15 hate comments on it. So what's tea? But yeah, I'm not going to be the type of person, like, I just don't feel like wasting precious time, space, and energy on saying that, because at the end of the day, we know what it is. We do. We know it's a social media game. You liking a picture, you liking a post, you disliking, you commenting on a post, you viewing that post, all of those things help with engagement, help an algorithm. So, if you feel like helping me today, go ahead. And if you're a hater, then maybe you shouldn't watch my video, because that makes no sense. You're just helping me in the grand scheme of things. One view to me is like $1 million. So at this point, like, you just gave me $1 million. Thank you. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, 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 peace. That's so gay. I'm not saying that shit. I'm not saying that shit. I'm really not saying that shit. You can't convince me otherwise.